What's good, YouTube? It's your guy, Darian, man, the BowTie Fragrance Guy on the channel where we talk about fragrances, we talk about style, and we talk about grooming. Looking good, smelling great. That's a great way to sum it up. So if you're into that, make sure, man, you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you get notified. On today, guys, I'm going to be jumping into talking about my top spring niche fragrances for 2025. It seems crazy that spring is almost here. We are a few weeks away from the actual beginning of spring. And so I thought, of course, it would be a good time to show you guys some of the niche fragrances that I anticipate plan on wearing for this upcoming spring. So we're going to run the intro, and when we come back, we'll get into it. If you want to see what I have on my list, then you know how we do. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump into the video, but really quickly, a quick reminder. Purchase my ebook, guys, The Gentleman's Blueprint. Nothing else really I think needs to be said, man. A lot of information in there for anybody that is in pursuit right now at this time in their life of being a modern day gentleman and could use some tips and things of that nature, some motivation in regards to you know, just getting out there and creating that best version of you that you can be. I always have it linked in the description, and I appreciate you guys' support of the channel by purchasing the ebook. The first fragrance that I have is actually an honorable mention because I just got it in recently, but I do feel like this fragrance is going to be, one, great for the springtime, but also one that's going to give you a little bit of a variety of what, for me, what I would typically wear in the spring, because it has a little bit of a sweeter scent profile. But this is the newest one from Allure, Moroccan Medjool. This one right here, which is centered around a note of dates, but there's dates, carnation, there's some caramel in here as well. But it does have this nice, you know, woody base, with especially featuring a note of oak moss, which to me, this is not overly sweet, so it's still gonna work in spring. Spring is a transitional season where you do have some warmer and still some slightly cooler days. So this type of fragrance, I think, is gonna work perfectly in a transitional season. You could talk about spring or fall, but obviously now we're talking about spring. But this is gonna be a great one, guys. Really nice, love the oak moss here. Love the sweetness. Perfect for the springtime. Honorable mention, Allure, Moroccan Medjool. All right, guys, this next fragrance is one that was, I think this may have been a re-release or something like that from Francis Kurkdjian, but this one is called Homme. Nice, clean fragrance, perfect for the spring. Orange blossom, lavender, ylang-ylang, a little bit of an ambery base. But those beautiful florals is really what makes this quintessential spring, in my humble opinion. It has that sweetness there, and then, of course, the amber in the fragrance gives it that kind of ambery, kind of vanillic kind of sweetness on the dry down, which, again, I think is the perfect transitional season kind of fragrance. So definitely one, if you haven't smelled it, get your nose on this. This is so easy to wear, and really looking forward to rocking this one this spring. So I don't know if I'm numbering these or not, but this one, the first one up, is from the brand of Francis Kurkdjian. This is called Homme. All right, guys, so that was actually the 11th spot. So I have 11 plus the honorable mention. So in the 10th spot is a fragrance I picked up last year, towards the end of last year. Been wanting it for a long time. Again, all these, in my opinion, of course, are perfect for the springtime. This is kind of one of those, kind of a fougere kind of fragrance, was just really good, in my humble opinion, from Byredo. This is called Mr. Marvelous. Mr. Marvelous. This is a really, really nice, guys, up top with some petitgrain, lavender, a little bit of amber and cedar, as well as when it dries down. Again, just a perfect kind of gentlemanly scent. It's not a fougere, but of course it features lavender, so it's going to put you in the mindset of a fougere. To me, this is kind of Byredo's take on a fougere kind of scent profile, if you will. But it has this nice, fresh greenness up top as well, which for me is what puts me in the mindset of spring. When I think spring, I think green. So That's kind of sort of green and florals, if you will. But anyway, just a perfect kind of anytime, any place, anywhere kind of fragrance for the springtime from the brand of Byredo, Mr. Marvelous. All right, guys, coming in the ninth spot, this fragrance is from the brand of Frederic Malle. Heaven Can Wait. Heaven Can Wait. This is carrot seeds, plum, iris, vetiver, and peach. Man, this is really, really good. It's a very unique scent profile, but I love the combination of, especially the fruit accords that's created in here with the plum, of course, primarily, and the peach in here. But there's carrot seeds again, iris, vetiver. Again, you can hear the notes there, guys. Perfect for the springtime. Slightly powdery, the carrot seeds and the iris gives it a powderiness. The carrot seeds also contribute to somewhat of an earthiness here with the vetiver. It's really, really good. This one was done by John Claude Elena, and I just think it is the perfect fragrance for the spring season. So check this one out. It's from the brand of Frederic Malle. I think it is perfect for the spring. This one is called Heaven Can Wait. All right, guys, this next fragrance is super, super unique. It's a super unique scent profile, and it's from the brand of Atelier des Ors. This one is called Blue Madeleine. Blue Madeleine. Cinnamon, black tea, sandalwood, praline, and cedarwood. This one is such a unique profile because this one kind of plays on this juxtaposition of this really mild kind of tea-like fragrance with these slight kind of really sweet gourmand elements kind of mixed together. Very intriguing fragrance, but the tea note here is really what makes it quintessential spring for me. Very, like I said, very unique scent profile. I don't have anything else in my collection, and I've never really smelled anything else that reminds me of this fragrance, which is always, you know, a good thing for me at this point in my fragrance journey. But this is one that I had a sample of, and I sampled it, and it was one that I just kept coming back to, made me want to add it to my collection, of course, and I did. But it's great for the spring, in my humble opinion. Like I said, if you want something very unique, put your nose on this one, man, from the brand of Atelier des Ors. I don't think it's like a mass appealing scent profile, but those that really love the artistry of fragrance, I think can really appreciate this one. Again, this one's called Blue Madeleine. All right, guys, now next up, we're really getting into some of the heavy hitters here. This one is from the brand of BowTie Victorious, Hassou. Hassou. And here you have some cypress, violet leaves. There's a hair accord here, iris, and oak moss. All of the notes that, in my humble opinion, you find in some of the best fragrances that are great for the springtime out there. Iris, vetiver, oak moss, it's all in here. This is from the Zodiac collection of BowTie Victorious. Yes, it is very expensive, but get yourself a sample, and I'm sure you know, you'll have a chance to kind of pass your own judgment on it. But to me, this is kind of an upgraded version of Ganymede. I know a lot of people will really head over heels for that fragrance, but you know, I actually do prefer this. It has a little bit more, it's not quite as, don't have that mineral element that Ganymede had. And I, you know, for me personally, I kind of prefer that. But it will put you in the mindset of that. Fantastic fragrance, perfect for the springtime from BowTie Victorious. Again, check this one out. It's the one with the rabbit on the front. This one is called Hassou. All right, guys, the next fragrance comes from the brand. Speaking of this particular house, I just mentioned Ganymede, Marc-Antoine Bayros. This one is called Tilia. Beautiful fragrance. This has something in here called lime blossom. You have that heliotrope, vetiver, orange blossom, and then you have this broom note. So the broom and the lime blossom really create this honeyed kind of nuance. When you go out in the broom, they actually talk about, of course, well, in the springtime, you know, of course, is when flowers start to bloom, and then you start to smell the fresh smell of the air, the florals, you know, flowers starting to come back. Of course, then you have bees that start to, you know, pollinate. And it really kind of puts you in that mindset of that when you smell honey and fragrances, beautiful florals here in this fragrance. This is another one that I sampled. I had a sample of it at the same time that I had a sample of Blue Madeleine. And this one and Blue Madeleine were two very intriguing scent profiles that had this unique factor to them that really made me gravitate towards both, and I ended up getting full bottles of both of those. This is great for the springtime, guys. Like I said, really love this one, how it blends with the florals, with the vetiver in here and the heliotrope. Perfect spring fragrance from the brand of Marc Antoine Barros. Check out Tilia. I think you guys will really like this one. All right, next up from the brand of Parfums Roma, this one is called Acqu Di Gio. Acqu Di Gio. What you get here is vanilla, orange blossom, and you have these berry accords in here. I kind of pick up blueberry and maybe like a strawberry in this one as well. So it's fruity, slightly floral, and a little bit sweet. Again, perfect for one of those slightly cooler days. Guys, this thing smells fantastic. Again, shout out to Eric over at Centrifugal Force. If you guys have never checked out his channel, do yourself a favor and check it out. It has amazing content. But I found about this fragrance through his channel, which he had. This is his #1 fragrance from Parfums Roma. It's really freaking good. So I look forward to rocking this one this spring. Again, this one's called Acqu Di Gio. All right, guys, this next fragrance is probably one that you've probably never seen on many people's channels. It could be because of the price point, or it could be just because most guys would probably automatically dismiss this as being a feminine fragrance, but it's perfectly unisex. It's an absolute masterpiece from the brand of Roger Parfums, and this one is called A Kiss Goodnight. A Kiss Goodnight. What you're gonna get here is heliotrope peach. You have this beautiful orris root note with sandalwood and vanilla. This is unbelievably good, man. Kind of reminds me of something you would smell in the Chanel Less Exclusive line. Just beautiful, clean, very powdery fragrance. I don't know if you guys know the story about this fragrance, but this is from the Haute Luxe collection from Roger Parfums, and he tells a story about how his mother came in. She was going to be going out, and her fragrance powder on her face and the whole nine, she came in and gave him a kiss when he was in bed before she left out for the evening. And this is what inspired this fragrance. So because I think of the story behind it, a lot of guys will automatically dismiss it. But I'm telling you, it is perfectly unisex. I put this in a category with like the Pico Valladamas of the world. Iris Poudre is another one that I love, done by Frederic Malle, that kind of puts me in the mindset of something like this. Guys, don't sleep on this kind of stuff. Compliment magnet on guys' skin. So amazing. I think it's perfect for the springtime from the brand of course, Roger Parfums, Agoodnightkiss. All right, guys, we've transitioned to the last 3 fragrances on this list, and these are just 3 of my all-time favorite spring fragrances. And the first one up is from the brand of Homme. This is Beach Hut, man. One of my absolute favorites. I love this stuff: mint, galbanum, vetiver, myrrh. Love the fresh, really invigorating kind of fresh minty opening with this fragrance. And of course, the primary note that you get here is vetiver. It is such a gentlemanly fragrance, so perfect for the springtime. For me, this one is one that performs tremendously well on my skin, which never is a bad thing. And it just has this very gentlemanly quality about it. Just meshes well with me and, you know, how I present myself on a daily basis. That helps for me as well. One of my favorites from Homme, and of course it doesn't hurt that it is perfect in my opinion for the springtime, although it's signature scent worthy, but great for the spring from the brand of Homme, Beach Hut, man. All right, guys, in the number 2 spot, we're going with another classic from the brand of Bond No. 9, Bleecker Street. This is Bleecker Street. You guys have seen this one. This is violet leaves, blueberry, cinnamon, oak moss, and caramel, some of the main notes. The bottle even screams spring. The violet leaves is really what makes this really quintessential spring in my humble opinion. The violet leaves is a very green note. And of course, when I think spring, I think green, I think florals. It's kind of sort of to me what the season is all about, and this kind of perfectly embodies it. And I love, of course, I've always loved the fact about this fragrance that it has those sweeter notes in here as well. Just an amazing fragrance. If you guys saw my top Bond fragrances, this is still my number 1. Sentimental reasons, but also the fragrance is amazing. Check this one out, Bleecker Street. And last but not least, I went with a classic, which is probably the best spring fragrance in ever created, in my humble opinion, from Creed Green Iris Tweed. Green Iris Tweed. This is Iris, Lemon Verbena, Violet Leaves, Sandalwood, and Ambergris. Again, I don't think much needs to be said about this fragrance. Most people have heard about this fragrance. If you haven't, do yourself a favor and get your nose on it. Again, in my opinion, it is probably the best spring fragrance ever created. And I don't think there will be many people that will argue with me. From the brand of Creed, Green Iris Tweed. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today, as I gave you my top, well, it's really top 11 with an honorable mention, spring niche fragrances for 2025. What do you guys think about the list? What fragrances have you smelled before that I have on here? And also, maybe what are some fragrances, niche fragrances you look forward to wearing this upcoming spring? I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate your time and your attention to these videos. You guys don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian, man. I'm the BowTie fragrance guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.